Here we go into match number 1. It is in the upper right-hand side of Concealed Hill. One of the most famous North American players from Oceanus Gaming in Canada is KiWiKaKi. And in the south, for Dust Gaming, a player you should all be familiar with if you watched DreamHack Anaheim in late February. This is Bark for Ark. All right, Carson, you are a coach and I am a noob, so I hopefully learned a lot from your cast here today. Night Elf versus Orc on Concealed Hill. What can you tell us about that?
Well, in a more standard game, we'd expect to see lots of expansions, lots of archers, lots of huntresses. But because Ark knows the playstyle of KiWiKaKi, as do I, with his mass headhunter style, tier 3, Tauren Chieftain second, or possibly an Alchemist second, going into lots of Berserkers, and possibly some Shamans, possibly some Taurens in the future. Ark will probably change it up a little bit. I think we need to see some Mountain Giants. We'll probably still see an expansion attempt out of Ark, and we will still see the Keeper of the Grove, which is really good early game to secure some map control against the Farseer that's coming over straight to harass with those Spirit Wolves right now. So we'll see if Ark is able to get the level 2 that he so desperately needs. We see he needs that Entangle. He's got the Treants right now. He needs the Entangle to get the Farseer out of his face, and we'll see how much damage he does take here.
Alright, so far a pretty obvious creep route. This is usually what the Night Elves open with. This is a big one right here. Is Kiwi in range? Oh, can't quite get it. This is level 2, and this is where things get quite a bit dangerous for KiWiKaKi. Of course, there's always a chance to get surrounded. Wolves able to block, and with that, the Farseer gets a little bit more damage in. Great opening, and a ton of hit points gone just from this little Wolf and Farseer harass.
Yeah, we see Ark's already used so much mana from these 2 summons of Treants, now 3, and he's only got 2 Moonwells right now. And if you use a lot of mana, that costs a lot of your Moonwell juice as well. So this is going to take a lot to heal up. I don't even think Ark is going to be able to get his Keeper of the Grove all the way up. We see he drops that Mantle to get a little bit more efficiency, but still low health. But thankfully for him, once it turns nighttime, he can go to the fountains, but he's got to defend his Wisps right now.
Absolutely, otherwise Lumber will look quite dire. Whenever we talk about the KiWiKaKi style, we always say that the Headhunters, you need them in masses. You are not really allowed to lose them early on. And, well, Kiwi's thought process here might be, if I don't produce them early, I can't lose them early. And start producing them now.
Yeah, the one downside of not having them early right now is the potential for this expansion of Ark to actually go out. We see he's going to entangle the Farseer just to lower the damage. There's no hope of a kill for Ark, but he just wants to save this. We see the Wisp going to come and maybe go for a detonate. Oh, so close there. Goes for the Wolf detonate and kills it with the Archer, but has to cancel in the end, and that's huge for KiWiKaKi.
Exactly. He arrived on tier 2 in a blink of an eye. Got the Headhunters out. More are coming. I think he will rush straight to tier 3 as he oftentimes does. So kind of greedy once again. Oh no, he actually queues a Spirit Lodge before to get some Shaman against Entangle. Queues the TC as well. So a little more conservative and not ultra greedy, which is quite nice. I like it. Got some solutions against the threats of the Night Elf.
Yeah, for sure. But with Ark losing that expansion, I'm interested to see what his follow-up is. His tier 2 is about 60% done. He's continuing to produce archers. This is a 5th archer right now. If we see a 6th one, that generally means he's just going into pure archer. We have seen that commonly against Orc recently. Just only archers, tier 3 upgrades, possibly a Naga second, Potom third, and just lots and lots of DPS with no real tank. We'll see if Ark decides to go into that. We haven't seen a Huntress Hall yet, so it looks like just pure archers here, Neil.
I am quite confused as well. Usually all the Night Elves open with Huntress and then switch back into Archers when the Shadow Hunter grows too big with their serpent wards that kill all the hunts. But Ark says, screw that, I'm wasting time on my tech. The Huntress die anyway, I don't need too much map control early. Oh, the TC though, this could be a big storm. Oh no, he got the last hit on the TC, and now the storm on the Keeper of the Grove. This might be a TP or even a dead Keeper if he's not careful.
Oh my lord. Speed scroll. He has a stomp, but he has to get in range for it because the Farseer get a couple of auto attacks off. No items, but Ark forced into the town portal. And again, we're talking about the moon juice earlier. This is going to be all the moon juice, and it's almost daytime right now. So look at this. Okay, uses almost all of it. But we do see a 6th Archer and a Wisp going towards the expansion of Arc, so maybe a little bit of a follow-up from here. And the shop going up, so probably an expansion attempt, but going to be a little bit difficult to creep with just Archers here.
Okay, you should have some time, as the TC really wants level 3 as well. He wants that knowledge, he wants the stats, he wants that Stomp level 2. But dude, look at the Altar of Elders. It's a Demon Hunter 2nd.
Very interesting. Arc did confirm that it was a Tauren Chieftain before going into that Demon Hunter. He saw it up when he got creepjacked and forced in that town portal. Demon Hunter with the mana burn, of course, very good against the Tauren Chieftain. If you let that Tauren Chieftain get off the 3-4 stomps that he can get off with his full mana pool, it can be really devastating to the archers. So Demon Hunter, definitely a smart choice. I do like Naga Sea Witch 2nd on occasion, just for mass damage, but I think this is a smart, conservative, sort of late game style. If you can get that Demon Hunter to level 3, the mana burns are super effective.
A player's forces are
Alright, so Arc's game plan must be definitely, just like you say, to get that Demon Hunter to level 3, because if he's not, he's kinda useless. 50 mana burn is nice, but it's really not what you want, especially with potions being a little cheaper since the most recent patch. So level 2 acquired, level Chain Lightning level 1 of course, and the Aura, plus a nice tanky item on the TC with the Talisman.
And Arc was going towards the base. Could have actually done some decent lumber damage there. We do see Kiwi going for the expansion, and he's probably not going to produce too many more peons. So if Arc can get a couple of kills with that harass, he would have really slowed down the lumber economy when those peons transferred over to the expansion. But Arc being a little bit safe, might potentially know there's shamans, and with shamans comes Purge, and with Purge comes a potential surround on the Keeper of the Grove. So he's just going to go back, creep the red camp. Kiwi, almost level 3 Tauren Chieftain, going to maybe take one of these heal fountains to secure that in the future. But what item will Arc get if he manages to get the surround, actually?
Oh, that's big. He uses an Entangle, he uses the Treants, but I still don't see a surround, really. Or the AI is a little weird and keeps on attacking it. Claws plus 12. Oh boy, if that wolf turns into the other direction. Still quite hard to get a last hit, though. Claws plus 12.
Yeah, not too bad. Again, would like to see that on the Naga Sea Witch, but since we see Arc going for this tier 3 tech, maybe a potential Priestess of the Moon in the future. We also see a Huntress Hall, probably just for the upgrades on the Archer. You also need them for the marksmanship on tier 3. But we're going to see Kiwi go towards the fountain, and this could mean True Shot Aura, Neil.
Oh yeah, baby. Devotion Aura would also not be too bad. Like, all the auras are good. And of course, for the TC, more mana is good. There's a lot of good items for Orc in general. Like the dudes they are. So the expansion's up, or almost up. For Arc it is, just needs to entangle. Is the dragon falling? Yes it is. Boots of Quel'Thalas. Okay, that might be the one item that he can't really use.
Yeah, probably the only bad item there for KiWiKaKi, but at least he gets the experience. We were talking about the oh-so-crucial level 3 Tauren Chieftain, and he gets that there, and Farseer level 3. And with these level 2 wolves, very, very good against the archers if you don't have a wisp to detonate them. And now we see Arc hit tier 3, his expansion's getting up, he's starting to kick into overdrive, can get those archer upgrades, marksmanship, and +1, and maybe a third hero. A little short on gold right now, and Kiwi just now going to tier 3. Gave up that quick tier 3 just to secure this expansion, which is now getting up with a tower and a burrow.
Yeah, I was quite surprised to see Kiwi delayed tier 3 for such a long time. Is that an adjustment from the qualifiers?
I think so. I've never seen him go for this quick of an expansion, honestly. Yeah. It's always straight tier 3 tech, but this is a lot of pressure with these 3-3 heroes from KiWiKaKi. Arc, again, only has archers, no level 3 Demon Hunter yet, which is crucial against this Tauren Chieftain, and this could be a scary fight for Arc to take.
He's really close. He didn't lose the Moonwell, which is important if he wants to break upkeep. Oh, maybe I'm talking too fast. All of a sudden, piercing damage does look kind of good against buildings, and yeah, we are definitely in piercing damage meta, everyone. This stomp may be a little premature, does hit only 2 units, prevents the mana burn though, so it's more like okay, I'm get this out before my mana is gone thingy.
Yeah, we saw KiWiKaKi going earlier for a Purge on the Demon Hunter, so he couldn't get in range for a mana burn. I would like to see more of that in the future than bring the Tauren Chieftain around the other side. But one Headhunter almost going down. We see just how much damage these archers with now the Priestess of the Moon do as well. He's also got that Orb of Venom to boot. This is so much damage. Look, the Demon Hunter is only being focused right now, but nice staff right before the stomp comes out. Tauren Chieftain out of mana though. Maybe KiWiKaKi has to back off, but gonna look to get a couple of archers to even the trade here.
Alright, the mana burn starting to look good, and the Demon Hunter is quite a tanky boy with this talisman and the ring. So this is kind of tricky for Kiwi right now. Of course, there's a target in this Demon Hunter, but I don't know. Do you want to get too close? You're going to get burned anyway. And look how brave this Demon Hunter is, just diving into the middle of everything. And, yeah, this is looking good for Arc.
Yeah, Arc seems to be just destroying this fight. This is kind of, we were talking about anti-timings last week with KiWiKaKi. Doesn't have tier 3 yet. He's getting a Tauren Totem as well. Expansion just got up for both players. But Kiwi fighting before all these tier 3 upgrades kick in, and he fights just as Arc's tier 3 upgrades kick in. He hit as soon as that Potom came out, as soon as the +1 hit, and kind of an anti-timing there for KiWiKaKi yet again.
That was pretty much what we shouted at him during the qualifiers. Like, why are you fighting now? It makes absolutely no sense. But maybe that's the trick behind it, and it did work a couple of times. I don't know. He definitely needs to wait for some upgrades. He's getting a Tauren Totem now. And if KiWiKaKi gets some time, and if he gets some Tauren out, and maybe even Bloodlust, and they reach the archers, how do you kill these Tauren?
Oh yeah, that's pretty scary. And he gets the Flute of Accuracy. We were talking about that earlier for the Headhunters. +3 all around the board now. And that's just a monstrous item. But the tower at the expansion, taking a lot of pressure in these archers. They do piercing damage, but they do a lot of it. And the peon's going to start to go down. Town Portal coming out. We'll see how big of a TP this is, how aggressive. Relatively conservative, but can the TC get a stomp? No, nice mana burn. And the TC's out of mana and stuck right now by his own units.
He is surrounded by himself. Oh no. Takes out more Shaman, and that will prevent more Bloodlust down the road. Heal Scroll used at a very good timing for Arc as well. Demon Hunter drops down to 50%, but what does he have to fear, really? Chain Lightning isn't the craziest nuke at the moment. The TC is constantly out of mana. And his units are really good, but it's not the necessary critical mass yet.
Yeah, for sure. No Taurens out, no gain out of that Tauren Totem yet. The first one's on the way out, but right now Arc's just pressing forward. And KiWiKaKi constantly out of mana right now, whereas Arc really doesn't have to worry about his mana consumption. He just staffs back, heals up his Demon Hunter, gonna run back into the fight. A couple of archers gonna go down. That's gonna give the Tauren Chieftain level 4. That means better chance for catching up with this archer army. But we'll wait for this Tauren, and then with that Pulverize, could do a lot of work to these archers, like you say.
Exactly. I would love to see some Wisps for Arc if he has some spare money. Trying to flank, trying to burn the mana of the TC and of the Shaman especially. Late game, it's not that easy. Whoa!
Oh!
Quick invul potion, and that's finally where he hits that Stomp in the middle of all these archers. Quick counter by Arc as well with the heal scroll. Good reactions by both players, but this is Bloodlust now.
Yeah, this is a huge army, and there's a huge stomp there, but he did commit a mana pot. The Wolves are putting in work. The Purge on the Demon Hunter uses another invul, and that is a tanky boy. Staff is off cooldown, and Arc does have 2 of them. Nice mana burns constantly on these Shamans. The Bloodlust and the Purge, not cheap if you spam it, so I like that he's constantly mana burning those, and the TC has to go back. Only a single heal scroll for KiWiKaKi, and shop control for Arc, getting 2 heal scrolls of his own right now.
Oh, big. We get some mana regen rolling now. Heal scrolls are still quite nice for KiWiKaKi. The thing is, if Arc gets a little more gold... Okay, I was just waiting for this. Second Orb of Venom. And this is when the right-click damage of the heroes really stack up. The Potom has one, the Keeper has one, and this damage stacks. And this, like... Wait, 68, 9 or 96 damage per hit. I'm not too sure anymore. Do you know that?
Yeah, it's something around the high 60s, 70,
okay.
But like that's each attack too.
Yeah.
And if you spread that out amongst all the units, that's a heal scroll in and of itself. But the Demon Hunter has no invul and has to be a bit careful, but such nice mana burns. 91 mana burn right before the Stomp comes out. Entangle on the Tauren Chieftain, but he's got a health potion. But look at the damage right now. A couple of Taurens can't even get surface area right now, but now they're in the line. One of almost going down. You said, how is he going to deal with the Taurens? And apparently it's just pure archer, Neo.
Oh my god, this damage is absolutely surreal. The Tauren are melting. Maybe he needs more armor upgrades. He had 1 armor upgrade. It's not like he never teched them. It's absolutely bonkers. And there seems to be a little bit of an issue right here. Whew. Oh my god, crazy game. Soul Glider from the bench. How do you see this game for now?
Oh man, I think Kiwi should not have taken that last fight in the choke there. I think that was a big mistake to try to push into there. He's thinking I've got Taurens, I've got TC, I'm gonna make it in, but the Taurens were able to easily get focused, and they weren't able to get too many attacks off. So I don't know about the positioning. I think he's rushing it.
All right, we got a nice sideline reporter right here in Soul Glider, and we're back in the game, trying to get this game into the very late stages. We know that probably Kiwi will go into more Tauren, establish a big, beefy front row, and then at some point you can't deal with them anymore. Is there any kind of transition for Ark, or is he just taking the side approach and says, why should I build different kind of units when one unit works?
Yeah, we have seen a common transition from Night Elf against Human, actually. When Night Elf will go Keeper of the Grove Mass Archers to try to break the expansion, Human will go, obviously, 2 racks Knights to deal with the Archers, and then the Night Elf sneaks a couple of Chimera Roosts. And those are pretty good against Knights, pretty good against Taurens as well, kind of a similar dynamic. Although, for KiWiKaKi, he does have a decent amount of Headhunters and Shamans to purge the Chimeras out of position, but that could be sort of an obvious transition. I think KiWiKaKi would be prepared for it, but no Bestiary, no Bats, no Wyverns potential for those Chimeras in the future, though.
Yeah, I would also love to see a Kodo Beast. Like, boost this damage of the Headhunters even more. Gimme that. I'm a big, big, big fan of damage.
Yeah, and True Shot Aura level 2 as well now for the bottom, speaking of damage. +3 should be on the way. It is on the way right now, and these Archers already do a lot. They're going to do even more in the future here. It's
absolutely surreal. 27 to 33 damage per hit. Okay, we fight for the high ground. We fight for the experience here. Demon Hunter close to 4. The thing is, though, with especially the Keeper, he hits a plateau, and level 3 Bottom is also kind of a plateau that's really hard to break.
Yeah, for sure. And with the Torn Chieftain and the Farseer both being level 4 right now, level 5s are huge level ups for them. The level 3 Wolves are absolutely monsters against those Archers, and the Torn Chieftain, we know, level 5 Stomp level 3 might be the best skill in the entire game. So definitely a long ways to go for KiWiKaKi, whereas Ark, yeah, like you say, plateaued a little bit. Maybe Bottom level 4, Demon Hunter level 4 for the evasion is all right, and the Searing Arrow level 2 is all right, but you know, if you're Ark, you already got a ton of damage here.
Exactly. We also got a lot of items for Ark. I got 1 heal scroll. I think this one was stolen. Oh, 2 seconds until the next heal scroll. Is he waiting for that? Nah, no money. But he got 1, 2, 3, and a protection scroll. So he's definitely weapon for the Chain Lightning Storm combos and the Tauren Pulverize.
Oh, that's a lot of Archers out of position there. Nice Stomp and nice invuln to dodge the Mana Burn, and he has a Mana Pot in the Torn Chieftain. Chain Lightning coming in. Still no Mana Burn in the Torn in the back. We got Lightning Shield by a Shaman in the back, but actually was focused so quickly he had to back out. But decent positioning for KiWiKaKi now. If he can get another Stomp in, there could be a lot of damage, but forced to back out because of these Archers. But the Taurens, look at the surface area right now.
It's pretty sick, and the Headhunters are pretty safe as well. 3 Tauren wreak havoc with their Bloodlust, but the TC! All of a sudden, he's out. Speaking of killing Tauren, well, that's definitely the big
Oh my god.
If you're a little desperate, always try to go for the hero kill, and that's exactly what worked for Ark.
And the Farseer almost falling as well. But look at all the Archers, man. He's probably just got to go to the heal fountain. How many heal scrolls were used? Every single one of them. There's 1 more at the shop and enough gold. But Ark's on 50 supply. KiWiKaKi pushing down, healing up his Farseer. Gonna get that Torn Chieftain maybe even out of the tavern. There it comes. And KiWiKaKi's still in fighting shape. Ark right now on like 6 Archers.
Oh, he's also kind of intercepting a couple of purges, and all these heroes would definitely be forced into an invo potion or be dead. There's the purge. How good can he reach? He stabs 1 out. There is a TP coming, but will this Bottom survive? Will anything survive? Purge again, but not enough. Not there in time. The Archers can heal. Good thing about Archers is, A, they do a lot of damage, and B, they're kind of fast to reproduce.
Yeah, and he's got 2 Ancient Wars pumping those guys out right now, which are 3-1 upgraded, 3-2 on the way. I love seeing 3-3 upgrades in matches, and KiWiKaKi also a guy that likes his upgrades. 1, 2 on those Headhunters. Should be getting some more in the future. He's about to plateau at that 80 supply. Wouldn't want to break over that on only 2 base economy, so probably going to see some more upgrades. But right now, I think what KiWiKaKi needs is secure the shop control at the bottom, secure that invuln pot. He knows that Ark's heroes are pretty weak right now. No items on them, just 1 invuln, so... And he's going there. He's gonna go pressure the expansion, purge a couple Archers out of position. This is looking really good for KiWiKaKi.
Looks like Kiwi is running around like a hungry pack of wolves, just trying to fight fodder, trying to find some fights here. And the protection at the expo is there with the Ancient and with the Moonwell, but it's not heavily protected, that's for sure. And Bloodlust, the Tauren, they're like wrecking balls in Warcraft.
absolutely terrifying. And we'll see just how fast this Ancient War actually goes down. And if this Ancient War goes down, that's only half the production for the Archers. And Arc not yet at that 80 supply, only 63 right now. One Archer out of position, decent entangle to deny that stomp, but instantly purged. But the Archers, they got to get in a good position, or the TC just going to rain havoc. There's 4 going down, and the Torrens, such a good tank right now.
I don't think if Ark can survive this any longer. He's trying with the hero focus as well again to prevent level 5. He gets level 5 actually. An info potion at 7. Jeez, what a last second reaction by KiWiKaKi that could give him the game right here. The storms are phenomenal. The backup damage is there. 80 supply maxed out. So many spears raining on top of that. Keeper, it's actually level 6 on the fast here. Will we get a celebration earthquake? I don't know. We don't have the mana, unfortunately. But Ark, that game is done, and KiWiKaKi wins map number 1.
Wow. I didn't think he had it in him, but he got that crucial number of Torrens, got that good positioning at the shop, was able to really snipe a lot of those Archers and force the heroes to use all the Moon Juice, and then just continue to push in true KiWiKaKi style, winning with Bloodlust.
Win it with Bloodlust, indeed. It took a while to get there, but in the end, he had it. And yeah, so glad. What do you think? Was there anything missing from Ark that could have saved him?
Oh man, what a game! Ark is definitely showing us that he knows the meta. He knows how to play this style. There was one big mistake. I would say 2 potential things that he could improve on. Obviously, taking the fight at the shop. Should have been an instant TP when he's out of position. The thing about the mass range style is it's all about positioning, especially once there's Torrens and there's a TC in the play. So he was able to deal with the TC just fine, but once there's bloodlisted Torrens, you need to be in a good position to not allow them to get too many auto attacks for free. You have to be able to back up and force them to walk around, be able to block them with trees. Number 2, he didn't bring enough Wisps to fights. If you watch Moon and Laliette play this style, especially against bloodlisted Torrens, against Shaman, you need to drain their mana, keep rebuilding Wisps, bringing them to fights. You need like 5 to 8 Wisps per fight in order to really combat this in the very, very late game.
I definitely agree. I was wondering, like, okay, he got an expansion and he's only playing Archers in quotes, but how does he have so much gold for these heal scrolls all the time? Well, that's the answer right there. He never reproduced the Wisps, and that definitely hurt him. Map 2 should be his map, though. Last Refuge. Carson, do you see more chances here on this map for your clan, buddy?
Possibly. I think it's easier to get an expansion up on this map, and we saw Ark really did prefer that 25 supply expansion. That's only 2 Archers. If he can secure it, he's very, very ahead in the game. But if it gets cancelled, it's really bad for him. But we'll see. Last game, KiWiKaKi obviously went for a straight tech, so he had no headhunters available, and he still managed to cancel that expansion. This game, KiWiKaKi more than likely going to go headhunters before he techs. He's going to go 2 Burrows, Barracks, Warmill early, and he's going to have that piercing damage to cancel that Tree of Life. So we'll see if Ark can defend it. If he can, I think he'll be in a really good position, but he needs to defend that tree.
Exactly, and that comes down to one Wisp as well, right? Like, if that Wisp is there a little earlier, he gets the detonate, and then maybe this fast expansion survives. So glad. How do you like the style with Archers only instead of going Hunters?
I think on that map, it can be the right choice because his plan is just to creep as fast as he can and be very efficient with his money, and Huntresses going into the mid game aren't going to be as strong, again, especially against this style once TC's out, once TC's 3. So I think with the Mass Archer strat, it's very similar like against Human. Also, you want to creep, if you're going to go Demon Hunter second, the level 3 Demon Hunter for the burn is really, really important. You need to creep as fast as you can. There's a lot of camps that deal a lot of damage to Huntresses. So I think just Mass Archers is pretty awesome. I'm curious about the late game if there shouldn't be a little bit more tank, like 1 or 2 Mountain Giants. I don't know. What do you think, Carson?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Mountain Giants would be decent. Does he have the economy to get it? I don't know. The money's always really tight when you're going straight tier 3 like Ark with that expansion. You need to get 2 orbs, like Neil pointed out, absolute monsters with those orbs, those heroes. And you need to get those 3-2 upgrades, 3-3 upgrades in the future. So maybe you can afford to tech out of it. Ark had a lot of excess lumber that game, so he might have been able to sneak 1 lore in and get those Mountain Giant upgrades and maybe get 1 out. But the thing is, when there's a crucial number of Torrens, might be a little tough. I'm not sure though.
Yeah, but I think the taunt is a really good weapon against the Tauren, as they walk around like headless chicken, and then you can snipe them out without them doing too much damage.
I think the economy management, yeah, I think you're right, Neo. I think the economy management was a little bit shaky for Arc. As you were saying, like he bought a lot of heal scrolls.
Yeah.
And he had too much lumber, which those wisps could have helped in earlier fights. He lost units, maybe places where he didn't have to, reproducing units. I don't think you would necessarily have to get 3-3. If there's Taurens getting on your archers, you've already made a mistake. I think even you can stop at 2-0 when you go into lures and start getting the mountain giants, and then you can consider going 3-0 later. You're still going to have the money for your orbs. So maybe going for the 3-3 might have been a mistake on archers.
All right, we got a lot of good advice for Arc now. Let's see if he can put it on the battlefield as we go on to Last Refuge. This is map number 2 in the winner bracket semifinal of Group A. And everything works pretty much flawlessly, I think. There we go. In the bottom left 4, Dust Gaming trailing a little, but maybe about to start a comeback as we've seen so often in Europe today. It's Arc. And one of the 2 Canadians in this very tournament could make Oceanus Gaming pretty damn proud. It's KiWiKaKi. Alright, so will we see any adjustments to the builds is the very first question. We will see the heroes in a second, of course, Farseer, and we also have a keeper. So any specialties about this map Last Refuge, Carson?
Well, there is a potential for maybe a Merc Camp creep, but obviously Arc not going for that. But KiWiKaKi still has to be cognizant of that. He has to be ready for the Merc Camp creep, maybe even the shop creep out of Arc. And he has to also be a little bit afraid of the potential for a Warden on this map. We have seen that in the past against the KiWiKaKi style. And another thing, yeah, we have seen that a lot. Warden actually pretty good against the Farseer, just like against an Archmage, Shadow Strike, chase around the map. Good on Echo Isles as well we've seen, but you do need to creep greedy with that. So KiWiKaKi has to be ready for that. And also the potential of all-ins. We've seen Moon do that a lot. You get Keeper of the Grove level 3, you push with Ancient of Wars, lots of archers on tier 2, but maybe not the strongest against his Headhunter build. We'll have to see though.
Oh yeah. Absolutely true. I'm missing these sneaky ancient protectors that we sometimes see, especially from the 2 Koreans, Moon and Lawlight. But on the other hand, it's Moon and Lawlight. They know exactly when they can do that, when they should do that. And as you say, maybe against piercing damage, if it's scouted, it's not the greatest. Maybe if your opponent plays Grunt, then it might be a good thing to do. We have a tech, we have a barracks, we have a war mill. Definitely Kiwi.
Yeah, and again, the greedy tech out of Kiwi. And now Arc, we talked about this last game, if he has that Wisp in position, he can get that Tree of Life up, and look for him to get that Tree of Life up at 25 supply. So 3 archers, I said 2 before, but 3. And there is a couple spots as Kiwi goes in for the harass that Arc can expand. He can expand by this camp that he was just creeping, but I think better than that, if he expands over here, it's much safer and a little less predictable, so it might not get canceled, but we'll see if Arc's even going to go for that expansion as he techs.
Okay. I mean, it's Night Elf, so they can tech and expand and mass at the same time. We all know that's for like 10-15 years. It's not out of the question, I think. Kiwi already preparing his future leveling with the shop close to the green.
Yeah, Arc needs to get that level 2. We were talking about that last game. Definitely, desperately needs to. Maybe even going to commit in on this Feral Spirit here. See if he can get it. That's level 2. That's Entangle. That means lots of map control for Arc, but Kiwi. Nice micro. Oh, the Ancient of War smack when the Archer comes out. That was pretty nice. I don't think he planned it, but... Nice.
Let's give him the benefit of a doubt. It was absolutely played in Gosu Micro that we see here. So, tier 2 almost done. Once again, super late Headhunters. But he doesn't have to be level 2. Like, if your opponent plays with a lot of Wisps, then Chain Lightning is really helpful to snipe them. But that wasn't the case on Concealed, and he will have plenty of time to level the rest and now mass, as Arc should still be busy with getting an expo up. Maybe he can just creep it and expand on the spot.
Yeah, maybe that would be a safer option, and then can just sort of camp there with the Shadow Melted Archers and the Entangle. We see a Wisp going over, and looks like he's going to creep it, and just like he said, gonna go in for that expansion on top of the creep. Should see it being built here. The wolf is gonna see it, but can KiWiKaKi do anything about it? I don't think at this point. So I think this is a much safer option for Arc than expanding right in front of KiWiKaKi's face last game. So I like this from Arc. Nice little adjustment.
Exactly, and even if there's wolves, and there is a wisp here in the tree, so you can move that out, detonate, and then this harass should be over for quite a bit. The keeper's also nicely equipped with the gloves of haste, with the claws. He's still losing one archer. The creeps are still there.
Oh no.
This is hurting a little more than we expected.
A player's forces
Yeah,
are
like
attack.
a lot of damage just done by that Farseer alone. One archer going down, one almost going down, but this Tree of Life has taken so much damage. Now Arc's going to finally deal with it. KiWiKaKi's putting in work with just the Farseer. Another archer's going to die here. There's Dust of Appearance. This is horrible for Arc right now. He's got to deal with this Farseer
Town
here.
is under
It's
siege.
just the Farseer, bro.
It's exactly just a Farseer, bro. Granted, a Farseer with dust, which is not the most normal thing to see, but the blocks
Oh my God.
are so good. Kiwi's control here on map 2 feels like he's warmed up.
Yeah, and he's creeping on the other side with the Torn Chieftain that's now come out in Spirit Lodge, just like last game. Probably going to be a delayed tier 3 tech as well, and then go into those Torns late. Arc finally gets it crept up, but it gets last hit by the Farseer, who's now level 2. This is just a vile annihilation right now by KiWiKaKi, but the potential for a surround. But look at the wolves, Neo.
So quick. This counter surround. Dude, can you just kill him or force a TP? If he has a chain lightning, he kills him!
no! So nicely done by KiWiKaKi. Just absolute destruction here.
Nice little move by Arc to Shadow Melt surround, but yeah, I think that puts it quite nicely. Absolute destruction. No other words for that.
Wow. And the Torn Chieftain's just going to get level 3 happily here. There's nothing to stop him. There is going to be something, however, to stop this Tree of Life in no time once this Torn Chieftain hits level 3. And KiWiKaKi might counter-expand behind this, but I think he can counter-expand, and with those archers and the Keeper of the Grove kill, probably just push while expanding. The classic, the Demon Hunter is now out, and he was occupying the altar for a long time, so Keeper forced to be Tavern back. Now going to go for this surround that he locked in, seems like ages ago, and the Town Portal finally forced, but I think the damage has been done here.
Yeah, I agree. I almost cancelled the Entangled Gold Mine. That would have been another little delay. But yeah, this was
A player's
one
forces
hero
are under
on
attack.
level 1.
Yeah, that was a lot of damage. Not gonna lie here. That was almost too much damage there. That looked like one of my ladder games against KiWiKaKi, but I'm sure Arc can pull it back. We saw his experience last game, but that's not gonna help. The creeps go for the wisp, but only one gonna go down. Maybe he just planned it again like the Ancient War earlier. Just gonna creep it now. So
Yeah.
a nice creep route from Arc. Applause, applause, applause. But KiWiKaKi, here he comes, about to get level 3 potentially from the shop. This could mean Scroll the Beast, and Scroll the Beast very strong with this mass of headhunters here.
It's once again kind of an anti-timing, right? As he's expanding.
Yeah.
It's only at like 1/3, but why not claim map control? You know that your opponent's hero is pretty weak. He doesn't have the necessary levels. His second hero can mana, bro, whatever. The army absolutely isn't there. The expansion hasn't paid off at all. So I like that he snipes this Magi away, as we know how important these consumables are for the TC.
Yep, and he can steal that invuln now, and the invuln, not that his TC is going to be in any danger immediately, but against that mana burn, it can really help to get an extra stomp off. And here comes KiWiKaKi. A little bit of anti-timing, as you point out, but not quite yet going tier 3, so he's got a bit more bulk in his army than he would otherwise, and this is a scary push for Arc. I think he's got to pull all the troops here, all the wisps, get a heal scroll maybe from the shop, and then Town Portal in. He did get the heal scroll, but now he's got to defend this expansion, and is already half health from those creeps.
I don't know if he can deal with that. Adapt upgrade for the Shaman just finished, so he could cast Lightning Shield onto that TC, and look what he's doing. Okay, he wanted to stomp. That was a fast detonate, but that doesn't help because he has nothing to repair anymore. And damage is done. Speed scroll out. Just move back and enjoy your wealth, KiWiKaKi.
Yeah, only one unit going down there for Kiwi. His expansion is relatively secure. He's got a burrow and a tower coming up. I love that from Kiwi. Would like to see him build a shop more often at that expansion. I've seen him make that mistake in the past. Shop very, very helpful, even if you have 2 of them. But now, what is Arc's follow-up here? He can continue to build archers. You know, he's got the economy for 1 Ancient War archers here, but he's got to get that expansion up again, and we see a Wisp already going over there. But you need this economy for if you're Arc here.
He's trying again. Not easy. I mean, he constantly knows what's up thanks to the wolves, and Kiwi had good scouting throughout the series. Okay. But I mean, what's the option for Ark? Like, he could go lures, but then you need to tech as well.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got the tier 3 now. Does he have archer upgrades yet? No, hasn't committed into upgrades yet. And like Soul Glider put, if he skips a couple of those upgrades, he can afford to tech switch. So that might not be a bad idea. He's not too far away from lures, not too far away from mountain giants. The Farseer, though, pretty far away from the army and might be forced to die here. There's nothing to save him. He could pass the big invuln, but already used the small one, so it's on cooldown. And this is a nice pickoff for Ark here.
How did that happen all of a sudden? A little too greedy, this Farseer. Wanted to steal items again. TC breaks through. Oh boy. And that was a big fat stomp if I ever saw one. Is it enough archers? Ark has the backup of a heal ward. TC is out of mana. And he still has a heal scroll.
Wow. Just go for the shamans here if you're Ark. I don't think you need to worry about the headhunters. There's no more stomps. Nice lightning shield. But he purges himself. Nice entangle there to force the purge. But the Torn Chieftain is just a distraction here. Is Ark going to be able to get it? He doesn't have an entangle, and that would take a lot of blocking to kill the Torn Chieftain. I think Ark should just go for the shamans here. You kill those, there's no dispel. You can start picking apart the headhunters. But he's going to get a few pickoffs, but he lost a decent amount of archers there as well. And KiWiKaKi has an expansion.
Yeah, I think he smelled blood in the water there, knowing that, okay, my enemy has his first hero no more, and this TC looks big and fat and tanky, but he actually isn't too much. But yeah, there was one item too much and a couple of HP too many. But out of nowhere, Ark has a chance in this game again.
Yeah, maybe KiWiKaKi getting a little bit too confident there with the Farseer and No Man's Land. He thought, oh, I did almost end of the game with him earlier. Maybe I can do it again. But, you know, the Entangle level 2, pretty helpful there. But Ark really low on items. These heal wards have helped out a lot. You don't have the rejuve from the bears. You don't have a lot of money for heal scrolls with that expansion. So I like the heal wards, and that's going to allow him probably just to creep this. Steal this Goblin Laboratory from Kiwi, but Kiwi getting a lot of value too. Going to take this red camp here.
Oh, and he's closer and closer to level 5 as this is solo experience for the TC. You know what I'm missing? Oh my god.
Oh, that's what you're missing.
That's what I'm missing. Oh, I would love to have that in my life. The Kutka's Pipe of Insight. More mana. And if you drive a pretty mana heavy build, then yeah, this is excellent. This is probably best. But what I wanted to say now, even more important than before, dude, the wisps are missing again. If there's a wisp next to that fight in this little tavern area, he can just dispel the lightning shield. And then there's not too much threatening anymore.
Yeah, and you deal with the mana on the shamans, and then you can start to pick apart the headhunters like I talked about earlier, but Ark not really utilizing them. And again, archers, they don't take a lot of lumber, man. You see, Ark has 400 lumber right now, 100 gold. His expansion's finally mining again, a couple more wisps to fully saturate it. And he's going to get the red camp, so he's doing some decent plays here, but the wisps would be a huge help in these fights, and he's just not using them. Normally you see Night Elves constantly build wisps, constantly bring them in, but Ark just not taking notes from his Asian warlords here.
Exactly. And he doesn't have the biggest item luck as well, I would say. One of the Wind, kind of useless versus Shaman. Helm of Valor is kind of decent on a Demon Hunter, but you really want an Aura.
A player's
I
forces
don't know. We
are
do
under
have
attack.
double barracks now, and oh my god, it's Demolishers.
The classic KiWiKaKi. We see him do this against human, or we did in the past at least, with the burning oil upgrade, and you love to see it. Like I said, you know, if you hate seeing the most standard build orders and you want to see every unit in the Orc arsenal, just watch some KiWiKaKi games, man.
He's truly special. That's definitely what we can say about him. He conquered our European hearts at the Rising Star Cup earlier this year, and yeah, we still have him there. A very, very fond place. So
Yeah,
what's
like,
next?
Like, Demolishers aren't even good against archers,
town
which is
leader's
what I love
forces
about
are under
KiWiKaKi.
attack.
Like,
Yeah, he gives
there's no
fuck.
real reason for them.
Except style points, and that is
Exactly.
very, very important.
Style points against this expansion, I guess there's a reason to get them. If you have 3 Demolishers, the third one rallying the way, you can kill this expansion really quick and force a TP really quick, which Ark is responding, but does he have the army to deal with this? This is a 18 supply disadvantage right now.
Yeah, would love him to... Yeah, can he split some archers to the side and try to flank these demolishers. I think KiWiKaKi's positioning is a little too good for that in that series, and now we're 50% through burning oil.
Wow. And the treants may be the best option to split on those, but there's going to be Purge available. And with these trees in the middle creating a little chokehold, KiWiKaKi loves this position. He always takes fights in this position on this map. But the Demolishers are a little out of position right now. Going to take a tiny bit of damage, but right now with the burning oil, what are you going to do if your Arc, the Torn Chieftain, has full mana and a mana potion right now?
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, that feels so good. If you can pretty much build whatever you want. And the damage against buildings is like absolutely crazy. There's no way he can repair against it. But the wisps are there. But nice move by KiWiKaKi, sending all the shaman to the left-hand side. So Arc was kind of forced to detonate early, and it didn't even hit too much.
Yeah, still a lot of mana on these shamans, and we see the...
Oh boy, there was a nice heal scroll right there. Demon Hunter close to level 4, but the evasion level 2 isn't just there yet. We go for a hero focus once again. If Arc is desperate, he's trying this, but there's a TP out. Can he kill something? Doesn't seem like it. Okay, that was a lot of army dying though. Everything else at around 50%.
A player's forces are under attack.
Looking dire. KiWiKaKi still mining from 2 bases. This is gonna be the very first 2-0 in the very first match right here. He's healing up. He's licking his wounds. He got 5 freaking demolishers. Are you kidding me?
So much damage right now. Would love to see the True Shot aura from last game, but I think that Kagger's Pipe probably a bit stronger here. We're seeing the 2-1 upgrades for the demolishers, and these upgrades are very, very helpful for KiWiKaKi. And can Arc get enough? His expansion was saved, but he detonated all the wisps from that Tree of Life earlier, so he's still just rebuilding them. And KiWiKaKi, his mining hasn't been disrupted at all this game.
No, not a single time. No entangle harass, no treant harass, no attack against the expansion. And this is a level 5 TC, ladies and gentlemen. That stun lasts for a very, very long time. He has an invul, he has a mana potion, so expect more out of this. GG! KiWiKaKi wins map number 2 and therefore the series.
Well played, Kiwi. Nice strategies. I like it.